Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, and good afternoon. I'm your host, Houston Bingham, for the Ridge Podcast. Um, this is podcast number uno out of, well, however we make, Goal is to post 500 podcasts this year. That is 2 a week, at least 2 a week. But let's start off with who I am. My name is Houston Bingham. I already told you that. My Instagram is right_ridge. I'll put it in the description. Go follow me out there. But yeah, what are we going to talk about on podcast number one? Well, whatever I want, honestly, because it's my pod. But you got to enjoy it and you want to listen to it. So we're going to start off with, what did Houston do? When did Houston start hunting? I started hunting when Dad got me in super young when I first got my license here in Idaho. And then I didn't start hunting until I was probably, I would say, a freshman in high school. I didn't really get it. Was like, yeah, that's cool. Do it on the weekends, whatever. And then me and a couple buddies got me into it pretty heavy, and it was a drug. That's all I want to do. School, straight to the mountain. Well, school had football practice because I played high school football. All years of high school, I won 3 state championships. They mean nothing now to me. They're just cool. I got big old gold rings for them, silver rings. But I don't really care about them now because I was in high school. But in high school, we shed hunted a lot, and we hunted a lot. So winter times, we'd shed hunt, and spring, summer, we'd pick up sheds, and then fall, we'd start scouting for tags. And I've shot three deer in my life. I've shot a tiny buck for my first deer. My second buck was in like a mid 160 buck that I got with my bow with a couple buddies. Shot out of the hayfield. Don't judge me. Just how it rolled out. My third buck I shot on the mountaintop. This year, 2025, I drew a limited entry muley tag that I've always wanted. My brother had it 2 years ago, and that's all I wanted. And I drew it. I drew it on the year that I knew I was going to be the most busy I've ever been during a fall of hunting. So part-time, or the other, why I'm busy during hunting season the most is because I'm a hunting guide. A guide for a local outfitter here in Idaho. And so I get to chase the big of the big all year. It's a blast. But the downside of being a hunting guide is it takes away from my time of being hunting for myself or hunting with my buddies. This mic actually doesn't even do anything. It just got it on an arrow here. I just need something to hold in my hand so I can do something with my hands. Yeah. Let's start off with let's jump back to the beginning of the story. So started hunting and shed hunting a lot with my buddies through high school. Picked up a lot of elk sheds, deer sheds, a couple moose paddles. Followed all the Instagram guys like Martin Shag, Hush, Gritty, Healthy Hunter. Who else we follow? Cam Haynes. Like all the big guys, all the Instagram influencers you could think of, followed them. It's who I wanted to be. It's what I wanted to do. I'm a little older now. I still want to do it, yes. But the hard part about that is it takes time. It takes time and dedication to build a repertoire of what you're actually going to do in that. But so we followed all the big guys. We wanted to film. I filmed a couple shed hunting YouTubes. I think they're on my YouTube. My YouTube has like 50 followers. I would film content and then I would just have it, and I wouldn't want to post it because I was embarrassed to talk on the camera. And it is going to be 2026 this year. One of my big goals is to talk on camera more. Don't ask me why, but it's to talk on camera. Because everybody and their dog wants to be an influencer. That's why. But I'm probably talking really fast for some of you guys. I don't even know if anybody's going to listen to this podcast. If you do listen to this podcast, I appreciate you. Drop a follow and follow my Instagram. And I will be dropping a new podcast every Saturday and Wednesday. Times, not exactly, but I'll post it on Instagram when I drop a new pod. The background here is for others' art. But yeah. Okay, where were we? We were in high school picking up a lot of sheds. So I started picking up sheds. What got me into shed owning was the Get Hushin shed tours with Martin Chag and Eric Chesser when they would go pick up piles of bone, right? And as a young kid, as picking up sheds, you're the coolest guy, right? Wouldn't you agree? If you pick up a little shed, you don't want to flex on Instagram, but if you pick up a pile of elk horns and put them on your backpack, even though it took you 3 days to do it, you're a badass. That's how it works, right? So we picked up quite a few sheds. I've sold some sheds. If you're going to sell your elk sheds, you better keep at least a handful, because I made the mistake of selling them all. Big ones, little ones, all of them. Sold them all, got the money. I was happy. And the happiness only lasted for like 3 weeks. And then I was bummed I didn't have any elk sheds. But that's part of the game here. Or you can just stack them in your mom's garage until she kicks you out. Or if you have your own place, you put them in your own garage until they take up too much room. But yeah. We're getting into, it's December 19th. It's almost Christmas. Can't believe it's already Christmas. But let's talk about some winter scouting. Okay. Let's talk about some do's and don'ts on winter scouting for sheds. One, if you have buddies that you all scout for, like you and your buddies go out and scout elk for, or deer or moose or whatever, you don't go in there early and get greedy and pick up all the sheds. You don't do it. That's not cool. You wait till they're all dropped and then all your buddies go in there together. It's not cool when your bro stabs you in the back just because he was greedy and wanted an elk shed before you. It's happened to me. It sucks. I've done it to my buddies. It also is not cool when you do it and then they're like, oh, where'd you get those? Well, I got them from the spot you and me scouted all winter because I got greedy. Just be cool, okay? Play by the rules. Tips on winter scouting. Find the elk and the moose and the deer. Watch them consistently. Watch them from afar. You do not need to be 10 yards away from the deer hoping he's going to drop his sheds at December 1. Okay? You just don't. You can be miles away and be fine. Another tip I'd give is try and glass from main roads. Everybody here is not a pro off-roader. You don't need to be going to burying your truck in the middle of nowhere with no cell phone service and nobody to come save you, because everybody knows you probably shouldn't be back there anyways. Follow the rules and regulations for your state. If you're from Nevada, don't go picking sheds up early before May 1st. Okay? It's not cool. Ruins for the out-of-state boys that want to come shed hunt your state. And they drive down there 10 hours to come look at four-wheel tracks that were there 5 months ago. Man, I just feel like I'm ranting on this podcast. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Okay. Another tip I would say is if you are um, pre-scouting, if you're let's say we find a big deer, there probably is going to be other people watching that big deer. It's on the winter range, it's low, everybody's going to see it. Okay, don't be that guy that goes in there early and bumps the deer out just so you can have his shits. That's not cool. But if you do that, make sure you get them, because if not, everybody's going to hate you. Okay, but if you do find a big deer, and just keep eyes on the big deer, dude. Like every other night after work, go check on the big deer. I like to roll the plan of I will find some groups of elk. I'll check on them once a week. I'll find let's say, let's say 5 bulls under 350. I'll check on those once a week. They usually don't go very far if the snow's heavy. If the snow's light, they might bounce a couple ridges, but you should be able to find them pretty easy because you're glassing them from miles away. Okay. So I was running the plan of once a week I would go check on. So let's say we'll start here. We'll start Monday. Okay. Monday, I'd go to work. I'd come home. I would go check on one group of elk, 5 or so elk. Okay. You also, if you have buddies to go shed hunting with, have them looking at different elk and not the same ones you are every day. Because the more elk you can look at, the higher quality chance you have to pick up more sheds. Okay, so Monday, this is for your, like, if you live close to the mountains and you can go check on these once a week. This isn't I'm going to drive to Arizona once a week or New Mexico once a week and go look at a herd of bulls. It's not going to work that way, guys. So let's say Monday, go check on a batch of bulls number 1. Tuesday, check on the big deer that I found that I really want to pick up, right? Um, no, I don't have any big deer I want to pick up. I have not accomplished that goal yet this year. Wednesday, um, go check on batch number 2 of group of elk. Thursday, look at some moose. Moose are cool. Moose paddles. Moose paddles get love on Instagram. If they're big, if they're small, better post them to your story, bro. Nobody wants to see those. But, and then where are we at? Wednesday, Tuesday. Tuesday, go look at patch number 1 of deer again. Friday, or we're at Thursday, right? Thursday, go look at patch number 1, elk 1 again. Friday, go look at patch number 2 of elk. Saturday, go look at your big deer and your moose. Sunday, go to church with your girlfriend and be a pansy, or go check on your big deer again, because you're going to get more love if you pick up the big deer instead of going to with your girlfriend at church. Not calling out anybody specific there, but if you're that guy, good you. God, you got a girlfriend. This is going to be a very unserious podcast until it gets very serious. Bear with me here. We're going to try and keep these about 40 minutes is all I think I can do on day 1 of podcast. But yeah, so those are some of my tips, winter scouting. Get good glass from afar, obey the regulations. Don't be a douche and poach spots before everything's dropped. 3, tip number 5, only take buddies you trust with your life. Don't take some homeboy that says, yeah, dude, I got this spot. You can come with me as long as I'm coming to your spots first. That guy will stab you in the back and steal your shed spots. I promise you. Promise you. If you've not shed hunted with him before and he's not Instagram famous, I don't know if I'd take him out. But yeah, I did take Martin Chag to a shed spot once. We went and picked up some moose paddles. Don't overhype your spots, okay? Should have picked up a lot of paddles that day. Me and Martin Chag, he only picked up one set, and I didn't find jack. But I also did pick up like a 180-inch single paddle 2 weeks prior. So someone got greedy. It happens to the best of you. Are you guys tired of ranting on this podcast? If you like this podcast, drop a comment and say what's your favorite animal to shed hunt? Moose, deer, or elk? And be serious about it, okay? Okay, we talked about shed hunting, winter scouting, okay? Make sure you got tools. Another tip for winter scouting, shed hunting, coyote hunting, whatever you're going to do in the winter. Coyote hunting is fun, okay? It's a blast. And it helps save the deer. Go shoot some coyotes. Go take the boys out. Go shoot some dogs. It'll be much enjoyable. It'll be fun. But I'm going to say, be prepared, okay? Don't just get in your truck with the bare minimum clothes, no food, no water, no snacks, no rescue, recovery gear, nothing, and go get stuck in the wilderness. I promise you, walking 10 miles in deep snow so you can get cell service to call your mom because you got stuck because you didn't know how to drive in the snow because you didn't bring anything to get out. It's not cool, okay? Pack the equipment you need to get stuck, to get unstuck, or to survive in the winter for 2 days. You don't know what's going to happen back there. Always be prepared. Shovel, chains, come along, straps, handyman, jack, impact to change a tire, tools, fire starter kit, hatchet, chainsaw. That's a lot of stuff, yes. Sleeping bag, some snacks, some food, water, the essentials. You can live out there for, who knows, a night, 2 days. 2 days, somebody will probably be convinced by then. But you might have to spend the night out there. I've done it before. Buried my pickup to the windows over the winter. Had the tools. I had the tools, but I was probably in a place I shouldn't have been. And sunk my pickup to literally the bottom of my windows and the hood in snow. At late in the night. Okay, let's just say that. I slept in my truck for 5 hours till I got service to call my brother. And luckily, he was feeling generous and came and got me. But then it took us 6 hours to get my pickup out. And I was prepared, but I broke everything I had to get prepared. Let's talk about another tip. Get into shape, guys. I'm not in the best shape of my life right now. I'm a little on the heavy side. As of this morning, I weighed 253 pounds. I haven't weighed that since high school days of D-line and running back. Okay. Actually, I don't think I even weighed that then. I think I was only 240s then. I ran a mile last night with my little brother who's in wrestling right now. I thought I was going to die. Okay. Get into shape. Get into a routine of going to the gym and doing cardio every day, guys. The old guys are going to make fun of me there for getting into shape. You don't need to be in shape to go hunting. Yeah. You also don't need track shoes to run a track, but it sure helps, doesn't it? Is being used too much in this podcast. I'm sorry you guys have to listen to me say so many times. It's my word that we will get rid of in these podcasts. But get into shape. Go to the gym. If you don't have your buddy to go to the gym, go by yourself, okay? Nothing's better than getting a good lift and hitting the cardio machine by yourself. If you do have a bro that would come to the gym with you or a good friend, don't take a girl to the gym. If you're there to work out, you're never going to work out if there's a girl there because it just doesn't work. Okay? Take bro to the gym. Bro's going to hype you up. You're going to hit lifts. You're going to get shit done. Also, on this podcast, I will be swearing. I do not care. We'll try and keep it to a minimum, but some will slip out. Okay, we're back to going to the gym. Go on some jogs. Go hike the mountains with a backpack. Go do some sprints. Go lift heavy weights. I challenge you, if you've been listening to this podcast, I'm challenge you to go and get into the best shape of your life for spring and just for being healthier and being in better shape. Okay. If you don't know how to get into shape, I have some recommendations. You can go get trained by Homeboy, Knock Performance. Phenomenal dude, phenomenal health coach. Okay. Great guy. I trained with him for a bit until I um changed things up. Two, um, that's really the only fitness coach that I follow that I actually think is a high quality go get 'em guy. Okay. You can go and you can download Mountain Tough. Okay. Mountain Tough has workouts. You pay X amount of dollars for a month, or you can pay the full year. Just buy the full year. Okay. Because you want to get in the shape and you want to get healthy. Just pay for the full year. Don't be a pansy and pay for a month. Okay. Um, if you do those two things, Mountain Tough has workouts, they have programs, they have agility, yoga, um, everything you need to get in the best mountain shape of your life and just to get in better shape. And if you don't want to do that and you want to have a guy yell at you every day or text you every day and tell you to get on your shit, go hit up Knock Performance. Um, he is a quality dude, has good standards, hardworking, go get him, and will text you and tell you what you need to do. He will text you and tell you that you suck and that you need to get your workouts done. I promise he will. Shout out Knock Performance. Quality guy. Loves his content. Go follow Mountain Tough. Go get Mountain Tough. If you don't want to get paid for a coach every month, get Mountain Tough. And if you do not want to do that and you just want to go to the gym and hit the same old lifts you've been hitting since you were in middle school and not see any improvement to your health and fitness, keep doing it because it's not working for you, bro. You look the same and you weigh the same. You've looked the same and weighed the same since high school. If you've been going to the gym for 6 years, bro, you should be yoked out of your mind and the most athletic dude I know, but you're not. So, you need to change something. Come on, it's your energy break. You should also be drinking tons of water, a gallon of water a day. Keeps the doctor away. For sure it's an apple, but whatever. Yeah. So we've talked about a little bit about shed hunting, a little bit about the gym. I go to the gym once a day. I do cardio every day. I'm now going to start running because I ran a mile and I thought I was going to die. So we are going to start adding in running outside. Even though it's freezing cold out here in Idaho right now, it's a whopping. My watch doesn't even tell me. My phone will, though. It is a whopping 47 degrees right now and it's raining. It's lovely. It's lovely. Makes you feel like an animal if you go running that. Yeah. Should we shout out some homeboys here? Shout out Luke, homeboy. Dace Jones. Me and Dace. I helped Dace shoot a bull here. Let's talk about some hunting. You guys are here for talk about hunting and not me just jabbering on about my life and whatever I want to say on this podcast. Which, if you like to listen to me jabber on this podcast, drop a follow or like it. This is podcast number 1. I don't know what we're going to name this podcast, but I'll figure out with something. But okay, so let's talk some hunting this year. Let's talk about guide season. It was good. Enjoyed it a lot. It was a blast. Did break a truck 3 times this year, so that wasn't cool. Broke a spotting scope this year. Not cool. But got to see some big stuff. Got to chase some big stuff. Did help the outfit kill some big stuff. Now I got the hiccups. But let's talk about homeboys. Actually, first we'll start off here back in August. I shot a deer with a rifle in the velvet. It's a certain tag, guys. It's awesome. Okay. I was gonna shoot it. My goal was to shoot it with this bow right here that I got. This is a PSE Mach 34, 80-pound limbs, strings twisted. So we're shooting about 85. We're shooting about 315 out of the bow. We're shooting this arrow right here. This is Easton 5 mil 4 fletch with a sleeve. And no, I have no idea what this arrow weighs, but it shoots fast and it can shoot it far. Okay. The goal was to shoot my deer with this bow. I also had an archery antelope tag, which was a draw tag. I missed 5 times. I'll be dead honest here. Missed 5 times here. Missed 2 really big goats. Further distance, while I am hunting these on grass flats or agricultural fields that I have permission on. Also, guys, if you guys are going to hunt antelope, I promise you, if you find the rancher's phone number and call him and ask him, hey, man, I'm hunting antelope out here. You tell him where you're at. Tell him where you're at, and you ask him to hunt antelope on his hayfield. He will most likely tell you yes, okay? No rancher, no farmer, no cowboy likes antelope. They just don't. They will let you hunt them on their field. And if you can hunt them on their field, you could probably sit water on the field or just stalk them in the field. But yeah, most ranchers will just find the guy's phone number, use OnX, find the guy's phone number, or if you can't find his phone number, find his address, go knock on his door. Okay? Be respectful of the guy's property. And go ask permission instead of just trying to be sneaky and sit the border. Like, sitting the border is cool. I get it. A lot of people do it. But the rancher might let you go hunt if you don't ask. You don't know if you don't ask. But if you go ask and he tells you no, then you're in the same boat that you were 3 hours before when you already knew you couldn't hunt it because it said private property. But if he tells you, yeah, well, then you can go hunt it, and then it's even better. But yeah, so I missed antelope 5 times. 2 really big giant goats. One I think was like an 85-inch plus goat. This thing was a mondo. The other one was probably close to an 80. The other 2 were like 60-inch goats. They weren't that big, but I still missed them because Houston needs to put in the reps better. And I'm not sneaky enough to crawl across an open flat field, apparently. I tried. Apparently they don't like a little grizzly bear thing coming across the field on them. This cough is really annoying. But so I had a deer tag and an antelope tag. I got my deer done. Buddy helped me. I'm not going to bring up his name because I don't know if he's cool with me bringing up his name on my podcast, but shout out, homeboy. You know who you are. You were there. Yeah, but I ended up shooting with a rifle at 400 yards. Phenomenal, big old giant velvet 4-point. We rough score him at like the 180s. My biggest deer to date. One of my big goals is a 2 Hondo. Yes, everybody's big dream is a 2 Hondo, but I'm going to kill a 2 Hondo, guys. I promise you. When the day happens, I think I'll tell the podcast before I post it to Instagram. I'm actually probably going to post my deer now that hunting season is over. I'll probably post my deer to Instagram now. But I don't know yet. Big yawn there. We're talking about the beginning of the season. Okay. Yep, I had a deer tag, got that punched. I had an antelope tag that I apparently suck at shooting antelope because I did not get one. I only had a total of 3 days hunting antelope and 5 days hunting deer. Before I went to guiding, okay? If you want to be a hunting guide, guys, just plan on hunting for yourself a maximum of less than I would go less than 10 days for yourself in your field, in your tag. If you're going to be hunting guide, if you're not going to be hunting guide, take the month off, dude. And if the boss won't give you the month off, quit the job, go get a new one. Find somebody that will give you hunting time off. And if you're a high quality person in a high quality job and they use you and you matter, I promise you that you could take the time off. Because if you threaten to quit, and also if you have a spouse or a girlfriend or somebody else's livelihood depends on you, you better double check with them and not just quit and then walk out. Okay. If you're a college student and you work at a coffee shop and they tell you you can't go hunting for a month, give them the double birds and walk off that thing, dude. You can go get a coffee shop. Go get a real man's job. Go pour concrete. Okay? Real man's job, pouring concrete. Man, this is just a rambling podcast. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so rolled into guiding, and then I guided from August 20th till November 15th. I had a total off of like 5 days in between that. And I think all those days I either went hunting for myself or went hunting with a buddy. I took my good buddy Dace out. Shout out Dace Jones. I really don't care if he says I can't bring his name up on this podcast. I am going to, okay? I helped him shoot a bull on an OTC unit with his bow. He shot it 70 or 67 yards on a downhill slope, quartering away. Now, y'all may say, that is a terrible shot. But I promise you, you're confident in the shot, you're confident in the shot. The bull died 100 yards downhill, guys. Shot placement is everything. Repetition is everything, okay? And we're running out of light. I think we shot the bull barreled down the hill, and then 5 minutes later, shooting light was gone. Houston's going to figure out how to do something with his hair, okay? But, so, I helped my buddy Dave Jones shoot a bull, good 340 bull, 6 point. I'll see if I can figure out how to put a picture of all these cool animals on here. If not, go look at his Instagram gotta pull it up because I actually don't know Homeboy's Instagram off the top of my head. Give me a second here, guys. This cough is getting old. Dace Jones, I think it's just Dace. It's the.dace.jones. But here, I'll just show you. Go follow his Instagram. Come on. Stop doing this. Okay, there's the bull. Your homeboy right here, help guide him on that bull. There's your homeboy right there. See that? But yeah, so did that. Heck, I'll just show you guys my deer. If you are listening to this without the video, I'm sorry. But you can go check out the pics that I'm talking about on Instagram, Dace Jones and the Right Ridge. It's not the Right Ridge, it's right_ridge. I'll show you my deer here. Gotta give me a sec to find it. But yeah, I'm excited for shed hunting this year. It should be good. I'm gonna scout a lot, turn up some stuff, hopefully pick up some big elk, maybe some moose. And if I get lucky, maybe I'll find a deer that is worth my time watching. But right now we're pretty light on the snow, so probably not. Here's my deer, guys. Find you guys another picture. But yeah, um, I also Euro mounted him. I shot a big old giant velvet buck and I Euroed him. Okay. Be mad at me, call me an idiot. I do not care. That's what I wanted on my wall. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Gosh, where's my other good picture that I had? Where's the side profile here? Here we go. If my camera quality was better on this computer, you guys would be able to see that. But you get the gist, right? Big velvet buck, whatever. Um, I kind of lost my train of thought here where I was going with this. But yeah, this is podcast number 1. I hope you enjoy. We're not ending it because I'm only at we're 36 minutes into this. We're just getting started, guys. My let's go. Top 5 guys I would go follow right now is one, Payson. Actually, we can't put him at top. Whatever. I'd go follow Martin Shag. Okay. Utah based guy, quality dude. Go follow Big Time Crit. I'd go follow me. I'd go follow my buddy Dace Jones, killer. I'd go follow Montana Wild, Zach Broughton. Probably already follow Cam Hanes because everybody does. I'm not a Cam Hanes fan, but you got to give the guy cred when cred is due, and man deserves cred. Another guy that deserves some credit is Martin Shag. He killed a big old bull off the face, and he killed a big old buck off there with his buddy. But let's talk about some sheds. We're gonna roll back here to shed hunting. I've picked up a bunch of big old browns. I would say my biggest brown was a 375 set, which called High Thirds. Cool bull. Picked him up on a lazy man hike. Right, we got out of the truck. We hiked I don't know, sub 10 miles on a loop, and I picked up 2 sets that day. I picked up a big 5, and I picked up the 375 bull. Mondo swords on him. Phenomenal bull, right? Uh, um, my buddy Luke, shout out Luke. If you listen to my podcast, I appreciate you, bro, homeboy. I did some scouting. Back to scouting for bulls. I did some scouting. Turned up a bunch of bulls. There was 10 or 15 bulls in there. Nothing over. The biggest bull was a 370 bull that I picked up, but there was a bunch of 330 bulls, 340 bulls in there, 300 bulls in there. But went in there, and Luke picked up a total of, I think, 7 or 10 sheds that day, browns and whites. Majority browns though. They did pick up a triple, 3 brown elk sheds, one within literally feet of each other. I didn't believe him. He hit me on the radio. I didn't even believe I thought he was joking with me. And I ran down there to him because we were on the same ridge. And I booked it to him. I guess this would have been 2024 when all these were picked up. Not this year. So last year is when we picked up all these sheds. I picked up a brown this year and a 2 whites, one a mid 330 bull, and I picked up a 410 bull. Not to flex on anybody. If you feel offended that I'm flexing a 410-inch single, I don't know, but yeah. But no, Luke picked up a pile of sheds that day. This was just half his pile. This was by noon the one day. It's his dog. But pile of sheds. here's the big set that I picked up. Come on. There we go. Luke also picked up my number one deer that year. I watched a mid 160 buck, biggest buck I could find on the winter range in that area. We named him Spot. Or I named him Spot because I was the one watching him every day. But I pointed homeboy Luke to the tree, dude. I have never guessed a shed exactly where it was going to be in my entire life till that day. And I kind of like split up into groups of where I'm pretty sure he was going to be shed. I took spot one, because I wanted to pick him up. I sent Luke to spot two. Spot two was this flat sage flat with one juniper in the middle of it. And I literally pointed at him. I was like, go walk over by that juniper. No joke. He got to the juniper, called me. It's like, sitting right here. And I was mad. I'll be honest. I was jealous, felt the jealousy roll in. I felt the jealousy rolling pretty hard. Like, I was actually bummed because I spent so much time and gas money and stuff on watching this one deer. And I just sent him the spot. I was ticked off that day. But we picked him up. The friend group picked him up instead of some random dude that just rolled in. I'll show you that buck too because it's right here in the year. If this photo quality will load here. Come on. Just a good heavy 4-point. Can't be mad about that. Fun. Thanks, bud. So, yeah. Homeboys hunting ducks on the river. But we're going to go film a podcast at his house tonight. Be lit. So I'm figuring out a name about this podcast, guys. Besides, this is the Ridge Podcast. You can follow it on Spotify. Yeah. So I'm gonna wrap this up right here. We're at 45 minutes. I feel like that's the money time for a good podcast, you know. But you might not even want to listen to this. This might be a bunch of gibberish, okay? I'd be gibberish. Like, who is this kid, 21 years of old, thinking he can give me pointers on how to find big stuff? Okay. Our next podcast, we'll talk shed hunting. I'll have a guest on. His name is Luke. We'll talk about him a little bit, and we'll hang out, and we might just go on about some good shed hunting stories. After that, I think we'll do a solo pod. I'm gonna try to start hitting up some guests. We might do a lot of solo pods here for the first month or two. We're gonna update the camera quality though, try and get a better camera. I think the mic on the Arrow though, it might roll for quite a while here. If not, we actually be at the expo. I will be at the Hunt Expo, guys. And I'm going to walk around with this setup right here. We're going to go ask people what their top 3 tips are to shed hunting or hunting in general. Rise and Shed, Rogue Outdoors. We'll go bug all the big guys, ask them shed questions and hunting questions. But yeah, thanks for watching my podcast here, guys. Follow me on Instagram at Right Ridge. Follow the podcast at The Ridge Podcast on Spotify and possibly YouTube. If posted to YouTube, they'll all be in the link tree on my Instagram if you want to find them. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening or a wonderful morning, whatever time you're listening to this podcast. And if you enjoyed, like and follow. There will be a new one on probably Saturday. Post new podcast Saturday. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.